Hubberston and Hakin are wonderful. There are some incredible people that live here, people who have turned a wasteland into a park 25 years ago and are only now stepping back from that role. The whole community is very tight-knit, and if you need something, you put a shout out on Facebook and somebody will be there on your door with what you need.
Well, we received a grant from BCT Invest Local about 6.5, 7 years ago now for £1 million over the course of 10 years. We formed a community forum group, and from that all the organisations locally have sort of dipped in and out and received funding and sought help and support.
We've got an amazing school who set up a community hub which supports families with things like toiletries, clothes. We've got a community centre that's now thriving, which was under threat of closure when BCT first came along. And I remember thinking, the only way this is going to be saved is if someone comes along with a big sum of money and says, here you go. And then BCT came along with a big sum of money and said, here you go, you decide how to spend it, which was extraordinary. For the trustees, you know, it's a real testament to their hard work, just how far it's come. And actually the plans they've still got, because there's still things that they want to do, which is wonderful.
It's about growing the community and growing perhaps some of the older values. It's encouraging that the new curriculum for the school is about community. It's about encouraging those values. I can see things perhaps happening from the younger generation upwards to their older siblings and to the mums and dads. You know, and it's for young people to recognise that there is opportunity out there.
The Invest Local funding really for us started with just a brief conversation. Hubberston and Hakin Community Centre used to host a youth club for young people run by the local authority, but that closed down. And then with the kind of injection of the funding in the community, we pitched a proposal to reignite a youth club back into the Hubberston and Hakin and the Hakin area. So every Tuesday for 48 weeks of the year, we run a Tuesday night provision. For us, young people are very invested in what we do and they have ownership. You know, my bosses are stood next to me. So if they're telling us we need to do X, Y, and Z, that's what we got to do, that's what we got to change. So in a nutshell, that funding has been a catalyst for us to be able to go and deliver opportunities for young people.
That's the thing about BCT funding. We've had the initial funding to enable these clubs, societies, groups to become self-sustaining, and going forward that's what we need, because BCT money will soon be gone and yet our community will survive because they've had this lift from the funding. It's just enabled our community to be a force in itself, you know, to be strong and keep going looking forward, which is really what it's all about.